Welcome to Latina Mic Drop, the podcast where you can show up and show out, where bold moves are not only encouraged but the standard. This is where excellence meets simplicity and common sense. I'm Miriam Simon, your host, a leadership coach, author, speaker, a mom of 3 young adults, a grandma in my 40s, and a spouse to the most beautiful, kind soul. On a mission to empower 1 million people to continue to tap into their exponential power. If you're out there building your own family and your own future from scratch, you're in the right place. Join me as we explore the stories, strategies, and secrets that can turn your hustle into legacy and peace of mind. Ready to transform your life? Let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Latina Mic Drop. In this episode, we're going to talk about 5 secrets to a better career. And one thing I did is I made sure that wherever I was doing or wherever I was working, it worked for me. In the beginning, it was more of like, okay, I need the money. This is what I'm going to do to get the money. And this is where I'm headed. This is what I'm good at. And this is what I'm going to do. But then you get to a certain point in your life where you're thinking, or maybe you already have the opportunity to say to yourself, because not everybody has the same path, what is it that I want to do? These are the secrets that I wish I had paid attention to a little bit sooner so that I could have had probably a better experience. But even without it, I still ended up where I'm at today, doing great. The first thing I want you to ask yourself is, what kind of work excites you? What is it that makes you wake up in the morning to really get excited? What is it about the work that you want to do that will get you excited and ready to go? And think about what kind of work excites you. What you want to do is you want to own your narrative, right? You want to be able to stop waiting for permission to be seen. You want to be able to own your own power, right? Build your own personal brand with intention and define yourself if not other people will. So many of us have the influence of our parents, have the influence of our spouses, the influence of our kids, even. Like sometimes my kids are like, Mom, don't do this. Mom, don't do that. Or Mom, why are you looking at this? We always have influences coming in, but you want to be able to say, you know what? I like creativity. I like being able to create different types of experiences for people. I like to develop programs and I love to see people grow. For me, that's why now I'm in my dream job, because I'm able to do that. I'm able to create something from nothing and have the creativity and the freedom to do it the way that I know how to do it. That's going to be helpful. I'm considered a subject matter expert in my field of work. What excites you? What is your purpose? What is it that you love to do, right? I always used to tell my kids when they were growing up, what makes you feel good, right? Is it working with your hands? Is it construction? Is it building? Is it math? Is it science? Is it art? Is it music, right? What are the different things that excite you? We have different levels of excitement for different things, right? I love music, but I don't think I would have been a musician because I can't sing. I played instruments growing up. I remember having fun. I played the flute for a long time. But would I have taken it further? I don't think so. I mean, I didn't for a reason. And actually, the bad reason I didn't continue on band because I let other people influence me during high school. So I never had the experience my kids had in marching band, where they won awards and they won all kinds of accolades for being in the marching band. They had a beautiful, wonderful experience being part of marching band, but I never had that, right? So then I don't know if I would have ever been like a musician making a lot of money and things like that. But I can tell you that when Adriana, my publisher from RMP Studios, produced my theme song, I was super happy about the theme song for the book Tattoos and Pearls. Hey, it does excite me. You see me getting all hyped up. And these are the signs that you need to look for, right? When you're able to talk about something or you're able to really be energetic and then out of nowhere, you can talk about it for hours. that's what excites you. Those are the types of work that you want to look for. I get it. Some of us didn't have options and we kind of went along with whatever was working at the time. But if you do, there will come a time or work towards that where you can figure out what it is, right? That is your purpose or is your calling or is something that excites you. So that's the first question, right? What kind of work excites you? Once you get that, I mean, sometimes just write it down or pay attention to what you're doing or think about something when you were a kid and say, hey, what was it that excited me? What was something that I really loved? So, like for me, I love doing this podcast. I love being able to talk. Who knows? Maybe I will be one day. But those are the things that I love to do. And I come to you every single week. Like, this is a highlight of my week, being able to talk to you and being able to be here with you for 20, 30, 40 minutes of the day, whatever it is, and give you, these little bits and pieces, tips, strategies, tools, anything that comes, anything that I've been able to use to my advantage. I want to be able to share that with you. I love doing this. Like, this is my meat and potatoes. Like, this is what I love to be able to give out into the world. And so that's what you want to do. You want to be able to go and find that, right? And sometimes our passions are driven by our regular job. So I have my regular job and I'm doing great at it because I did ask myself these questions. But at the same time, it's also helping me create this other side hustle job and this other side hustle stuff that I'm doing. My side gigs are my podcasts, my books, my leadership, my coaching, all of this other stuff, right, is stemming from being able to have my day job and being able to do all these other things. And I love it. I love having both. It's the best of both worlds. And I am fully myself 100% in both of those areas. Then the second thing, right, is how much does this work pay? I mean, hello. If you don't have money, how are you going to get anything done, right? Like, you have to think about that. What does this job pay? What do I need to be able to fund this type of passion? Or what is it that I need to be able to work in this kind of area, right? Do I need to go to college? Do I need a certification? Does it require me to have life experience, right? What is it that will get me to that point? So you could think about how much this work pays. I will be able to pay my rent, or I will be able to save some money and put some money away. And in Latino cultures, we are helping everybody and their mother. So if that's something that's important to you, you want to be able to have a job that you can have the money to be able to do that, right? And set aside those savings. So you think about that, like, what does it pay? Is it worth it, right? So in high school, I remember when I was going to college, I remember doing career outlooks, position outlooks. How much is it projected to pay this year, next year? Are there many job openings in this field, right? How much does it pay? So that was a key indicator as to why I ended up being where I ended up being and how I ended up applying to the different jobs, right? So just now, recently, about 2-3 weeks ago, I had a job opportunity come up, but the pay scale was lower than what I was looking for. And also, it was a different level. So it was a level beneath what I'm currently working at. So why would I do that? Why would I take a demotion? That makes no sense, right? At least for me in my job. So I'm thinking about it. Okay, so does it make sense? Like, what's the market reference range? What is it that this job could pay me 5 years from now, right? Can I get my regular performance promotions every single year? Or am I going to cap out at some point? Is it important for me to make the same amount of money? Is it okay for me to get a lump sum if that's how they pay you the additional money, right? If you do get a promotion, but you're at the cap? Or is it something that I want to be able to have some leg room and be able to work towards something? Because even that's important. Like, even saying, okay, well, this is where I'm at. Oh, I'm lower in the market reference range or in the middle, and I'll never get to that. But what if you're not? What if you're higher in the reference range? Then you need to start considering, is it too high? Is it to the point? Is it like the cap coming next year? Because if the cap is coming next year, then I need to start thinking about, is this the place that I still want to continue to do this work? Or do I want to find myself something that has more cushion, that has more market reference range available to me, so that more salary, right, that I can make, so that I can start looking, and when is that cap going to come? Maybe it's this year, maybe it's 2 years from now, maybe it's 5 years from now. And you start to look at that, right? So you start to see, what does this job pay? What does this field pay? What are the job titles that I can have? What are the job spaces, right? What's the market out there? Even as an entrepreneur, I'm looking to see, hey, what are coaches getting paid in this field, in that field, in another field, right? What's the difference between the fields? What kind of fields are there? Who's my ideal client? What are they willing to pay, right? So you start looking at what is the money that is coming or going based on what you need, and based on where you're going, and based on the work that you want to do. Then the third question is, when do I need to do this work? That's important, right? Am I going to be working 12-hour days? Am I going to be working 3 to 4 days out of the week? Am I going to be working part-time? Am I going to be working full-time? Am I going to be away? Does this require me to travel? Does this require me to work mornings, nights, overnights? So when am I going to do this work? These are important things, because you need to think about, does this work with my family? Does this work with what I'm doing? If you don't have a family and you have a pet, maybe, do I need to get a pet sitter, right? What is it that it requires me time wise? And can I do it? Am I willing to do the work? Am I willing to get up an hour and a half to travel into New York, to commute to another state, right? Or am I willing, is it 100% remote? Maybe I want a job that's 100% remote as a hybrid, as opposed to a hybrid position, right? When is this work going to be done? And how does it work with everything that I want to do? And is it in alignment with my time? And if it's not, then what adjustments do I need to make? Or what adjustments am I willing to make? What adjustments am I not willing to make, right? What are the changes that are going to come from doing this kind of work? So we did this at home recently because my wife changed her schedule. She was 2 to 10, Monday through Friday. We had weekends together. Now she's working 7 to 7, and she has different days of the week that she works. So sometimes she's here on the weekend, sometimes she's not. This weekend she happens to be home. Last weekend, the weekend before then, the weekend before that, she wasn't. So we need to figure out, okay, when is our date night going to happen, right? That's the job that she wanted to be in, and she was looking forward to it. So we're happy and it's working for us, right? Every time I get something new, like, what does it require from me? Does it require me to be available 24/7, right? Some jobs you do need to be available 24/7 because they're open 24/7, right? An airport is open 24/7, most of them in really busy areas. Some of them don't close overnight, some of them do. So does that make a difference, right, for you? So what is the time, and when do I need to do this kind of work? Then you go into, is it aligned with my current life? So I've been talking about this a little bit, right? Is it aligned with my current life? That's number 4. What is it that you are doing currently, right? That is, it aligns with your work. So does it mean that, yeah, it fits in well and I can make this happen for me, right? Or I can make the changes that I need to make for it to work for me, right? Sometimes the stress level you need to think about, like, is this something that I'm really willing to stress out about? Like, is this job so demanding that I will be able to have my mental space or my mental capacity for it? Some of us thrive in high pressure environments, some of us don't. And it depends on different things that are going on in our life and different things that we've been through in life and what we bring to the table. Think about that. Is this in alignment with my current life? For me, doing the coaching and the book and doing all this extra stuff works for me and my current 9 to 5. So right now it's working for me and it is in alignment and with my life. Maybe when I was raising my kids, I don't think I would have had this much time. I needed to make sure that I was available for, because they didn't have anybody else. Or being the driver, is it aligned with my current life? Does it currently work? And if it doesn't, are you willing to make the changes to make it work? Or is it just a real no, right? These are the kinds of questions you want to ask yourself. And the last question is, who's been there so I can get there too? A lot of times what I think about is, When I did my decision to go work in New York, I always refer back to this story because the person that I spoke to had done it. He lived in New Jersey, similar area that I did. He went into New York. I called him and I said, "Hey, what was this experience like for you? And how was it coming back to work in New Jersey? How did you transition? What were the steps you took to get there?" I really needed somebody to tell me, how was the commute? Was it that bad? What are the options to get there? So because this person did it, they were able to tell me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is something that I can do. Who's been there so I can get there too?" Because sometimes you want those shortcuts. Something that worked for somebody else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, but there is a blueprint that they followed, or maybe they took the long way there because they are the first person to do it. Who is it that's been there so that I can get there too? And then you start to say, "Oh, you know what? I need this kind of experience. Or I need this kind of skill. Or maybe I should learn about communication a little bit more. This job requires me to be presenting to the board, or presenting to executives, or presenting to the team, or presenting to the students." So you want to think about what are those things that they've done so that you can do it too, and see if it fits and it meets the moment for when you're going through it. You want to learn what was it that was super important. And I'm giving you all a blueprint to the path I took, and all the different ways that helped me, so it can help you too. And then you think about what is important for you and how you incorporate that into your life, or don't incorporate it into your life, right? Maybe it's not valuable at this moment, but then it will be. You can always come back to it when it does apply, and you can figure it out. But that's one key that I always did. That was the one secret that I wish I knew earlier, was tapping into other people to be able to help me figure out things faster. Having the podcast, right? I went and I did a course, and I wanted a podcast, and I wanted to get started, and I didn't want to wait a year to figure out everything on my own. I didn't want to DIY it, doing it yourself. That was the hard way I used to do things before. Now, because I have my regular job and I have a lot of things set up, now I can invest in myself, and I can say, "Okay, you know what? This is the person who did it. So let me go and take this course, and let me go figure out how they did it, and what are the tips, strategies, tools, shortcuts, and paths that they can help me with, that they can teach me, and then I can figure out if that works for me." And you always have options. You can always say yes, or you can always say no to what they're telling you and what the advice is, or what their path was. These are the beauties of being able to find people that have been there and done that, so that now you can go ahead and do it too. The best part of it is that they save you time. They give you the path that they took that helped them get there. It's a lot easier for you. You don't need to be searching for these things by yourself, and you get personalized coaching. Being able to talk to them one on one is critical, because they can guide you exactly where you are. Maybe you're not seeing something, or you didn't realize something, and they can say, "Oh, maybe this is what's missing," or maybe this is what you can try, or maybe, "Hey, this person is the person that you can contact," right? Because they can refer you to other people. It's really important that you take a look at these basic 5 secrets to a better career, so that you can start to look at what is it that's going to work for you, and how are you going to get there. What are some of the unwritten rules in the different organizations or the different jobs, right? Not everything is in writing or on their website. Everything is not listed, right? Sometimes you need to master those unwritten rules that are happening within the different organizations, like who's really making decisions, who is influencing those decisions, right? You want to be strategic. You want to stay authentic to yourself. You want to be able to be strategic about how you approach these different things, how you think about them, how you figure out what's the next step. How do you come across? How do you figure out how to get to the next step? And then you want to make fear your co pilot, right? Not your roadblock. So fear is a signal. It's not a stop sign, right? You want to make sure that the best opportunities come when you push past discomfort. So for me, it was really hard when I had that reorg happen and I had a lot of different things. Things were going one way and then I needed to adjust and do them in a different way. And I was really hit by fear really badly because I had lost something. And the thing is that it actually, by me really going deep and really figuring out what was the issue, I was able to go ahead and move past that. And now I'm like a year over it. And instead of me using that to cripple me and not looking at it in a negative light, the perception that I had, it was through a lens of judgment. And I started to look at it through a lens of curiosity and compassion instead of judgment. And it worked out wonders for me. And it has been working wonders for me, right? So it's just really amazing. When you look at things a little bit different, things turn out differently. And now I come to the experience in a different way. What you want to do is curate your circle. You want to figure out who are the players that you want, who is it that you want to surround yourself with, who is challenging you, uplifting you, opening the doors for you, right? If you're the smartest person in the room, find a new room. That's happened to me a couple times where I'm like, oh, wait, I need to figure out where I need to, grow, how I can grow and who I'm going to learn from. And these are the different ways that I was able to do it. And of course, you know that you are the CEO of your own career. Don't wait for people to discover you. Or most of the times, I needed to advocate for myself. I needed to put myself out there. I needed to pivot and I needed to change and I needed to rearrange things and I needed to say no to certain things and I needed to stop doing certain things and do other things so that I can go to the next level and I can move on and I can get to where I want to go. And like I mentioned, sometimes you have to say no to specific opportunities because they are not aligned with your work or your time or they don't excite you. There it doesn't pay or it's not worth it at this point. Sometimes a few thousand isn't really going to be great if you're going to be pissed off or you're going to be working all day. Care about your own personal career and your own personal path and be the person that is in power and in control because you are in control. Sometimes when it doesn't work out, then you figure out, be persistent and keep going. I received many, many no's throughout my career. Nothing was ever a straight path. I had to figure out how to navigate different arenas and figure out which way was the way to go. But there are ways that you can get there. I want you to be able to hone in on these 5 secrets to a better career and be able to figure out what is that secret sauce that you're looking for. Does it work for you? Is it aligned? And who's been there that can show you a little bit or can talk to you about something that you may not know or give you the ins and outs of it so you can consider it, right? Like we do job shadowing. I let other people shadow somebody who's already in the job so that they can take a look and say, oh, you know what? Does this work for them? Is this what they want to do? Can they see themselves doing it? Sometimes you think you want to go a certain path and then the grass isn't always greener when you get there. So that's the whole thing, right? It's like, oh, wait, maybe I saw this differently and I didn't know all this was expected. Some people realize, oh, I don't want to be a supervisor or I don't want to be a manager. Some people want to be an individual contributor and want to continue to do their work that way. So there are many different paths and there are many different ways, but these are the 5 secrets to a better career that I wish I had earlier, but I have them now and they are working and they have been helping me. And once I discovered them, they have been working out really great for me. So thank you again. Another episode of Latina Mic Drop, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care. Tuning in to Latina Mic Drop. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're building something extraordinary together. If today's episode inspired you, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. For one-on-one coaching and more resources, follow me on your favorite social media platforms at author Miriam Simon or visit my website at Miriam Simon Online. Until next time, keep turning your tattoos into pearls of wisdom and your dreams into reality. Stay strong, stay focused, and let's make history.